I received several questions online from individuals living in our state, we're located in Allentown, Pennsylvania, about how they could save money on their Medicare supplement insurance. So if you're wondering the same thing, regardless of where you're at in the country, this video is for you. Our first individual that had a question here, Pam from Pittsburgh, she's asked that she has a Medicare supplement plan out for 7 years. She is 72. She got onto Medicare at 65. She says, each year I've gotten a rate increase. Some years I've had 2 rate increases. Not surprised, Pam. Will this stop? And what are my options as to how I could save money? Great questions, Pam. Unfortunately, will this stop? The answer is no. If you don't have the supplement, that's the only way it's not going to stop. Unfortunately, supplement insurance companies raise rates every year. It's either because of age and inflation, or inflation. Because of those reasons, rate increases will appear once, and sometimes, depending on the carrier, twice a year. Let's get technical for a moment, folks. If you're looking at the Medicare New Handbooklet, it does mention in the booklet that there are 3 different options how insurance carriers raise rates. Age, inflation are listed. Community rated is listed. A community rated plan is going to have inflation increases. And then there's a third option that's listed that talks about rate increases not due to any of those factors, but just kind of like when you purchase it at that age that you're locked in at that rate. Well, guess what? Even though it's an option and the state allows an insurance carrier to sell insurance like that, there's not a single one of them. So it doesn't matter, okay? Bottom line is there's going to be rate increases because of age and inflation. There's really no way around that other than maybe shopping it out. So let's talk about your second question, which is, what are my options? What can I do? Okay. The first option, my least favorite, is do nothing. Okay. Because you're just going to keep getting this rate increase. And think of it like this. If you started off at $100 a premium and the policy goes up 10%, it's going up $10. But now that rates are at $200 that you've had this plan for 7 years, a 10% rate increase is $20. So the inflation and the increases on that inflation are what are going to make it keep getting higher and higher and quicker as time go on, now that you're at this point in your life. Let's look at a second option. That would be to redo your supplement with a different insurance carrier. I mean, maybe you could do it with the same carrier you have. Odds are that you're probably not going to. A different insurance carrier is going to offer you potentially a better rate. The caveat is you have to pass the medical questions that they're asking. So if they're asking you some medical questions, as long as you can pass those, then you'll be able to get a benefit that is in a supplement at a lower cost of insurance. After all, you're looking to save money. That insurance carrier is looking to entice you to come with them because they're trying to average out their whole entire risk pool. You have to figure there are some people that got onto the plan that are costing the insurance carrier a lot of money, so they're looking to average that out with somebody who is quote unquote maybe healthy, and the way they determine healthy is going to be different than the way you and I, maybe if we were in a conversation somewhere socially talking about health. So you might have diabetes, you might have other ailments, high blood pressure. That might not exclude you from getting coverage, okay? So the only way to do that is to talk with an individual that's licensed in the state that you live in, licensed with a lot of different insurance carriers, and knows the ins and outs of underwriting with those insurance carriers. I also want to point out the other way, simply to save money. The third option is to look at a Medicare Advantage plan. This video is not pro Advantage plan or against Advantage plans. Personally, I do not like that type of marketing. I'm not going to do that to you. To keep things simple, this is all about Medicare supplements. If you have an interest in looking at Medicare Advantage plans, check out some of my other videos. Ken from Harrisburg wants to know, if I shop out my Medicare supplement plan, how much can I expect to save? That's another really good question. One we do get a lot. I would say our average individual looking to save is somewhere around $450 to $500 on average. Now, we've had some folks that save maybe $200. We've had folks that have saved up to $2,000. We probably have 1 or 2 clients that would easily move to save $2.50 a month. Now, the average person, no, that's not going to be the case. Hopefully we could get you to $400 to $500. I think that's just realistic. It all depends on what your goals are, but those are good areas, good numbers, I should say, to be looking for. Terry from Allentown asked, will I have to check with my doctors to see if they take my new Medicare supplement? No. No, no, no. Everyone seems to think that changing your supplement from one company to another company is going to cause a disruption of your health insurance, and that's not correct. If you go to Part C Medicare Advantage plan, that's where now you'll have to check with your doctors, make sure they're in-network plans. But if you're taking your supplement, you have to remember, what's a supplement to Medicare? It's financial insurance. It's paying the bills that Medicare leaves behind, meaning the co-payments, the deductibles, the co-insurance, all right? You're not changing your health insurance. That's original Medicare. What you're changing is who is paying those bills. That's it. There's no contracts with doctors, no contracts with the hospital, all right? That insurance carrier is going to step in and pay the bills just like your current one has been and is currently paying. Ben from Bucks County asks, I'm turning 65 and need help with a Medicare supplement. What are some things to consider when looking at various plans and companies? The bottom line is, well, there's 2 points here, okay? So when we're talking about plans, what are your options right now that you're new to Medicare? We're talking Plan G or Plan N. Everything else, just push it aside. They're not popular plans. High deductible G doesn't make financial sense. It's just not a logical plan. When it comes to Plan G, it's covering everything under the sun under Medicare A, Medicare B, with exception to the Part B deductible. You're responsible for that. The biggest difference between that and Plan N also leaves some co-payments behind. If you're okay with those co-payments, but more importantly, the lower premium, all right, that's going to be key as you age with inflation and whether you can move, or especially if you can't move from one carrier. Plan N might be a better financial option long term. Again, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish now and trying to look down the road in the future. Those are really your two plan options, Plan G or Plan N. In regard to companies, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. See, I always consider that everyone that I'm speaking to out there already has the best supplement, but we're not finding that to be true. And when I mean supplement, I mean a supplement insurance company. That's who we choose to do business here. We know who the best carriers are with the lowest rates, long track records. We're not looking to do business with a carrier that just came onto the block and is offering coverage now at the lowest rate, when we know that in a few years they might be raising their rates extremely high to not only be more competitive to other carriers, but could jump those carriers and prices go overboard. We deal with a lot of carriers that are indigenous within the state that we're in and utilize the same technology in finding plans for folks in other states. Hope those answer all your questions, folks, and we appreciate the opportunity. I hope you subscribe if you like what you're hearing to our channel. Please follow us on Facebook under Hitcho Insurance, and stay tuned for all things Medicare. That's what we're trying to help you guys with. So I hope you're doing well, and give us a call to help you with your Medicare plans today.